Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we are inside Castle Never after having completed the Solace Vigil. We're leaving right now, and we are going to head out into the Blacklake District, and we're going to explore the district a little bit. There is a Wizard's Academy right next to Castle Never, so maybe we can buy some scrolls while we're here. And as you can see, here's some Academy students. They're not attacking us like the ones down at the Docks District were. Oh, and who's this? Janet Tim! Welcome to the Blacklake District, sir. I'm Sergeant Brockenburn, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. You'll find this a quarter ward than what you're used to, I think. My men are an honest lot. We take no bribes and tolerate no disorder. Is the lockdown still in effect? No, nasty business that. We weren't able to locate the murderer. By now, he's surely escaped the district. I've added more watchmen to keep an eye on things. All the same, the lads will feel better with you in the district, I think. You all heard how you cleaned up the docks. You need any help finding anything around here, I'm at your service. How long have you served here? 20 years I've patrolled these streets, and I make a point to know every grudge, every love affair, every tawdry bit of gossip. It wouldn't be such a quiet ward if I didn't. What's there to see around here? Best to be careful about sightseeing. The nobles here value their privacy. A few of them have their own guards, and they've no qualms about drawing blades on us. I admit, the theater on the lake does attract a certain amount of attention. Lord Timar built it after the Luskan invasion, trying to win back the people's affections from Nasher, they say. There's a bard performing there now. Fellow by the name of Cain. My grandson has heard of him, though I certainly haven't. Are there any merchants in this district? Only a few. You could try the Academy Square just out front of the Archives building. You'll find a scattering of merchants there. Best hold your nose if you're browsing their stalls. The shopkeepers serve the needs of the Academy students, so it's foul-smelling potions, eye of newt, and the like. Farewell. And I guess he's going to disappear. Or not. Yep. Go on. Well, we don't have Nishka nor Eleni with us, so we're not going to gain or lose influence with them. If we had Nishka, we could pickpocket some of these merchants to find some cool stuff. You know, besides the coins that we would get. This is the one we want to talk to. This is Cain Lethellon. All things arcane sold right here. Looking for anything in particular? Show me what you have for sale. Ah, and we have quite a selection. Belt of Frost Giant Strength. Improves strength by 4. I might actually buy this. But I want to see what else they have first before I start dropping my dough. Cloak of the Bat. This gives you +2 to deflection and gives you dark vision. And you get hide +10 and you're immune to darkness. That's a pretty good cloak. What's this cloak that we have? It's pretty lousy. This is what we're wearing, the Gauntlets of Ogre Power. If we get the Belt of Frost Giant Strength, it will be stronger than this, so we could equip ourselves with some other gloves. Weapons, on the other hand, not a very good selection. Ah, now we're getting into it. These are the scrolls that we could buy to increase our spellbook. However, it's not as much as I remember it being. Phantasmal Killer. Oh, you know what? I think we don't have this one. Oops, press the wrong button. It's a level 4 spell. Yep. We're going to buy it and we're going to scribe it. However, he only has one of them, so we're going to have to buy a blank scroll and scribe that very spell for sand. Let's see if there are any others. Bigby's Forceful Hand, a level 6 spell, but we might already have that. No, we don't. It's a good thing I didn't choose that one. Alright. But we're going to need another scroll. Cloud of Bewilderment. That's it. I think we have this one, level 2. We have almost 30 level 2 spells. And look, it's like one of the only ones we don't have. Okay. We have a ton more blank scrolls back at Sand Shop, just in case. Let's see, I don't think we have this one either. Keen Edge. It's a level 3 spell. We don't. Okay. I'm going to scribe that. Legend Lore. This is Divination Scroll.
Listening, really.
So, oh, are you too far away? You are. You're looking at these stalls over here when there's really nothing. We're going to have to do this all over again. Show what you have for sale. Legend Lore. Mind Fog is an enchantment spell. I think we have this one. Let's bring up the spell book. Yeah, we do have this one. I think we have the rest of these. Maybe not this one. Wall of Fire. That's a level 4 spell. Okay, we're going to give this to Janik. And then he's going to just scribe all of these to these scrolls. I think that's about it. Mask Camouflage. That's actually a divine spell. It's strange that he would be selling that. Yeah, we have the rest of these. Acid Fog, level 6. Oh, no, that's another one we don't have. Okay. I'm going to prepare those spells, and then I'm going to rest, and then I will give them to Sand, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, we're back. We did what we needed to do. There's a couple of weird things here that were added when I installed some of these mods, and they make no sense to me. For example, if you go over here, these things that are 1 gold piece each, it says Magic Wand. And it says base item, crafted wand. Yet it doesn't do anything. It's weird. I bought it and then I tried to cast a spell on it to see if it would do anything. Nothing happened. And you can't sell it back because when you buy it for 1 gold piece, he won't buy it back for that much. There was another thing here that was kind of like that. It was very strange. See, things like this, like Hag's Eyes, it says bounty item. I don't even think you can grind those up. Why even put them out here for sale? Unless these things are needed for, like, Mask of the Betrayer crafting things. Then it would make sense. Where you have to do these recipes. Yeah, where you have to buy them and then you have to throw these into your crafting books that we don't have. Because we didn't start the game with these mods. Cloak of Charisma +4. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until the actual next game before we can do crafting on this level. Yeah, treant twigs, stag beetle shells. Those are like things from the Storm of Zahir, actually. So much for that one. Now, in these crates are various imps. A tiny humanoid with leathery bat wings. A barbed tail and sharp, twisted horns flutters at about eye level, winking into sight from out of thin air. This guy sells them as familiars or pets or something like that. Now if we go down here, there's a guy named Pepin Pollo. And we'll talk to him, and we have Shandra in our party, of course. Yes, wonderful. Now look up a bit and give me just a hint of a pout. Perfect. Hold that pose. A little too short for that easel, half pint. Bad time. Terribly busy. If I look away, I'll lose the moment. There, you see, just a glance at you, and... By the Golden Hills, my lady, thou art a vision. What did you say? Yes, your eyes, pale like a fall of water over rocks. A naive smile, a generous mouth, yes. And that artless tumble of hair, so unintended and yet so real. My lady, you're the very picture of pastoral beauty. Looks like you have an admirer, Shandra. My lady, I must take your likeness. I insist upon it as a matter of honor. My future as an artist lies balanced in your shapely, ever so slightly calloused hands. I'm not sure whether to agree with him or attack him. What exactly is this for? My grand project, Ladies of the Commons, an artistic vision by Pepin Pollo. I seek beauty that is true and honest at that pivotal moment, just before a lifetime of hardship crushes it away. My lady Shandra, never have I seen that critical moment reflected more perfectly than in you. Thanks, I guess. Isn't the Blacklake District an odd place to look for commoner women? To be sure, I started out in the docks, but the locals made sport of me. The very sight of a gnome at work seemed to fill them with an urge to beat me senseless. While I lay half-conscious in the street, they would draw mustaches on my paintings, occasionally a goatee as well. But it ended for the best. A dwarf thought I had painted his wife, and he bought the whole lot for 300 gold. What do we get out of this? Well, it's rather something of a privilege to be an artist's model, isn't it? Why, any number of noble women have been pestering me about it all day, but I've turned them down flat. I was thinking more in terms of gold. Good sir, I'm merely an itinerant gnome, and an artist at that. I don't have more than 50 gold to my name. Never mind then, it's up to Shandra. Well, alright, but I get to look at it first before anyone else sees it. Wonderful. I shall begin at once. You there, clear out of the way. Hey, what's the big idea? You're supposed to be painting me. You said I was the very model of womanly mediocrity. And indeed you are, my lady, indisputably so. Now shoo, artistic priorities have shifted, and one must always obey one's instinct. Go on, get out of the way. Now, Shandra, if you'll step over this way and hold your head just so, a hint of a smile, but enigmatic. Yes, that's wonderful. There, not another stroke of the brush. My dear, I have captured your very soul and made of you a goddess of field and sun and gentle breeze. Wow. I don't really look like that, do I? I'll buy it for you, Shandra, if you like. No, you don't have to do that. Please, really don't. I fear I could never part with such a painting for less than 300 gold. Understand, I could get far more from a collector, but since your friend is the subject, I feel obligated to discount the price. I think we will increase our influence a lot if we give him 500. I'll give you 500. Oh man, there we go. Going towards the good again. Why, that would support me for months. I could pay my models, perhaps afford a studio. It would have to be in the docks, I suppose, but still. The portrait is yours, my lord. I ask only that if anyone admires it, you tell them my name. This poor gnome is in your debt. Gods, don't. Please, it's not worth that much, really. Is it? And we gain 2 points of influence. And 2 more. Thanks. I can't get over how it looks, and I appreciate you getting it. That was really kind of you. So now we have a portrait of Shandra, which we can't even really look at except for in a small little thumbnail. So 500 gold buys us 4 points of influence with Shandra, and that'll come in later for the trial and for an Amanjaro quest in the future. Wait a minute. Did Pepin Pollo just walk over here? Oh, he must have disappeared. Now, if we go over here, this is where the collector's mansion is. And it's locked right now. We can't get in. And this door is going to play a part later in the act. And here's a quest that we could get. These are some crypts. And the little girl is Kyli Bryce. Her sister is Lisbet Bryce. And Lisbet's here with their friends Raven and Savannah. I told you to go home, Kyli. No, you're not supposed to be going into the graveyard. I swear I'll tell Father. You little rat, you wouldn't. She'll ruin everything, Lisbet. Shut her up or I will. I choose my next words very carefully, ladies. Wait. We're not looking for trouble. It's nothing. We're just trying to get rid of my little sister. That's right. So go away and mind your own business. It isn't nothing. They're going into that old crypt with a bunch of boys, and Father told Lisbet not to. A crypt? I don't think that's legal. It's not? It's not? Really? Oh, Savannah. Of course it's legal, Savannah. He's trying to scare you. Come on, let's go. And don't let me catch you following us, Kyli, or I'll let Raven hurt you. Stupid, stupid, stupid! Them, I mean, not you. They're so stupid. I'll never be like that. Never. Have they ever threatened you before? Yeah. That's just dumb stories they make up to get rid of me. Raven likes to pretend she's all dark and scary. Anyway, they're just hanging around with boys again. Kissing, probably. Lisbet thinks I don't know anything, but I'm a lot smarter than stupid Savannah. She never comes home anymore, and Father always sits up and waits, and she doesn't even care. I hate her. Who are those friends of hers? Raven's some merchant's daughter, I think. Savannah's uncle is one of the 9, but Savannah's so dumb she thinks she's related to Lord Nasher. Savannah's just stupid, but Raven, she's mean. One time she hit me when Lisbet wasn't looking, and she said she'd cut my throat if Lisbet would just let her. Sounds like she just needs some discipline. And we get 1 more point towards lawful. That's good. I'd go in there if I was older. I'd grab her by the ear like Grandma used to do, and I'd make her come home. But Raven and Savannah and those dumb boys, they're all bigger than me, and the crypt is really creepy. Okay, we already asked about our friends. How about I go and find your sister? Are you sure? There's boys with Lisbet, too, and They're all dark and depressing and mean, just like Raven. They dress like it's somebody's funeral and moan about how pointless everything is. Lisbet used to be so much fun. I hate the way those boys look at her. You really think you could get her to come home? Don't worry, Kyli. I'll bring your sister home safe. Dang it! We went towards the good again. But we got a point of influence with Shandra. Huh. Must be all that traveling with Kelgar that made you so good with kids. Lisbet's in our granddad's crypt, the middle one with the name Bryce on the door. That's where they always go. I think Lisbet stole the key from Father. Just please don't hurt her, alright? Okay, so now we have a quest to go into the Bryce crypt. However, we are not at full power yet, so we need to go get at least another party member, maybe 2. Probably 3 if we count Eleni, because she does count as 2. Alright, this is Aldenon's house. This is the Temple of Lathander. We could go in here and see if we can buy anything. And over here is Cain Lethellon, the bard.
See if you can top this one, love.
That's all you got? Watch this!
And what do you call that then, love? Ode to an angry banshee giving birth?
Yeah, well, what was your song? Ode to a lute player who's not that good? I really must be off. It's getting late, and my mom... No, I mean my wife. My wife will be looking for me. Yes, excuse me.
Well, ladies and gents, I don't know what to tell you exactly. You were promised a battle of bards, instead you've had a massacre of instruments. And here I thought the 12th challenger might have something different to offer. Come now! Surely one of you out there has got himself a lute and a mind to step up and have a go with Cain Lethellon? Step right up then. Just remember to go easy on poor old Cain. Never had one bit of training my whole life.
Well, we don't have an instrument, and I really don't feel like doing that right now. But we'll do it later. So let's go on in here into the temple. And we'll see if we can't buy anything. And this is Dawnbringer Natrice. Ah, Janik. Merring said you'd be coming. Welcome to the Temple of the Morning Lord. You know Brother Merring? We were acolytes together years ago. I don't suppose you're planning on returning to West Harbor anytime soon. Yes, I believe so. Is there something you need me to do? It's my understanding that Merring has been attempting to carry out Lathander's work with little more than the clothes on his back. Commendable, but impractical. The temple here in Neverwinter has been prospering, and it's time to share some of that fortune. This sealed box contains a portion of our tithes. See that it gets to Merring safely. If anyone but Merring breaks the seal in the box, Lathander's wrath will strike them down. I'll make sure that Merring gets it. So we get a tithe box, and we get 200 gold pieces. Thank you, Janik. Take this gold. It should see you to West Harbor and back. Now, is there anything else I could do for you? Show me what you have for sale. Okay, just your standard fare here. Cloak of Protection versus Evil, yeah. If we had a high enough use magic device, this would be a pretty good set of boots to get. Because it improves your armor class by 4. It improves your dex by 2. I did buy a bunch of stuff for sand. We can't use any of these things.
I think it is time everyone march behind
Why are
me,
you so far
your
behind?
new glorious leader.
Anyways, I bought you a Cloak of Fortification +2, which gives 2 bonuses. I bought you Boots of Hardiness +2, which also have 2 bonuses. And the Ring of Clear Thought +3, which boosts your intelligence up to 22, which boosts this up to +6. It was +4 before, which gave us a lot of bonus spells, actually. And I bought a Greater Magic Bag, regular Magic Bag for Janik and Shandra, respectively. And then I gave the Lesser Magic Bag to Sand. Yeah, show me what you have for sale. So we have... Do we have any spells here? No, we have some scrolls that we could buy. Amulet of Health, I like this thing. Gives you immunity to all these. However, we can make one instead of having to spend this money. Pair up to Wisdom +4. I should come back here with Eleni. Yeah. And there are some crafting components here. Diamond. Another Enchanter's Satchel. Yeah, look at all this stuff. More Hag's Eyes. There's a King's Tier here and a King's Tier up by the Academy. It's actually cheaper here. They had a Rogue Stone up there too. Is there one here? Yeah, and it is cheaper here than it was up there. Okay. Well, I don't think we really need to buy anything right now, except for maybe these scrolls. Okay, with these scrolls, I will give Sand the 3 other spells that I wasn't able to give him. So I'll meet you back here. Well, it turned out I only had 2 other spells for Sand, so we scribed him into his spell book. So let's leave the temple. And now we have a quest to go back to West Harbor to drop off this tithe box to Brother Merring. And we'll probably get XP for it. And I think that's really about it for the Blacklake District. This is another house that we might be going in later. I remember Axel sent us to deal with a smuggler in that mission, and it turned out to be a trap. Okay, let's go to the... Actually, let's just go to West Harbor. And we'll drop off that box right now. And then we'll probably go back to the Sunken Flagon, pick up some more party members, and then we might do the Bryce crypt mission. And we'll take this opportunity to show Shandra where we're from. I wonder if she'll actually say anything.
Yeah? Something wrong?
You look a little lost again.
Look, I'm sorry I got mad before. It's just that sometimes I don't think you understand being a farmer out in the middle of nowhere and what that means. Or growing up alone.
What you said was not what this spelled out. I think I might understand more than you think.
What do you mean?
I did grow up in a small community, as you see before you. Not many friends with a father that might as well have been dead.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm betting you grew up in a huge city somewhere, probably north of here, like Waterdeep. Anyway, I didn't mean to get angry before. There wasn't any call for it.
Wow, what you're saying is not lining up with this. Water under the bridge, let's move on.
All right then. Fresh start. Still, I'm sorry, but thanks for not lording it over me.
I have need of your items, give it to me. Great, great. We could do this right before we lose her. Let's keep moving. And we gain 1 point of influence with Shandra for that. Okay. Here's Dagon. I wonder if he has anything different to say.
Ah, you have returned. You still have the shard, don't you? Make your visit brief. You put us all at risk with your return.
As welcoming as ever.
Is that the sarcasm of humans that I detect? Sometimes it is so difficult to tell.
I deliver the shard to Uncle Duncan.
I sense one task only led to another. Such is the way. What seems a simple thread is often part of a complex tapestry.
How has the village fared since I left?
Did not take long for our foe to discover that you had left. I fear you must have faced him on the road to Neverwinter. Does he still hunt you?
The dwarves and bladelings were commanded by a Githyanki. They're still after me. Well, not anymore, really. We defeated them.
A Githyanki. I've heard their names mentioned only once or twice in passing. Invaders from the outer plains. A fierce foe.
I want to know about my mother.
When she was a little older than you, adventure sought her out as well. We met in a tavern and were drawn together by mutual necessity. There were others with us, and some tales of our adventures were told. But not all such stories end well. One day we both realized that of the original band, only we were left. I had had enough of death, especially of those close to me.
Did my mother give up adventuring as well?
Your mother was spun of a different silk and maintained her vitality in spite of loss. When I settled in West Harbor with my Shayla, she would visit us from time to time. A heart can heal over time. I had become content. One day when Esmerelle returned, she was thick with child. You. Those were good times. Before you ask, she never mentioned any details about your father, and in my homeland, we respect such silence. Then, I lost everything. Again. I cannot speak of this anymore. Please, leave me.
Oh, and we're just dumped out of conversation, just like that. Okay. Well, let's go find Brother Merring. He's right over here. There's a bag with some stuff. We might grab it. Welcome back to West Harbor, Janek. You seem a different person than the one that left here. I hope that the days that have passed haven't been filled with too much hardship. Dawnbringer and Atrice asked me to bring this to you. And we get 1500 XP for it. That's pretty good. I told that woman that displays of wealth don't impress you, Harborman. I'll just put this money away for future emergencies. Thank you, Janek. Has anything happened in my absence? The mare continues to slide into bleaker seasons. Lizardlings have attacked some of the outlying farmers. Poor Bevel was assaulted right after you left as well. He took weeks to recover. But he won't tell a soul what happened. Who attacked him? As I said, he won't talk about it. Georg and Dagon questioned everyone in the village, and no one had any reason to do such a thing. Bevel is still shaken up by the ordeal, and stays indoors most of the time. He comes out only when the militia is training. The physical wounds were easy enough to heal. I'm afraid the wounds to the mind will take much longer. Have you learned any more about the attack on the village? I'm afraid you know as much as I about the attacks, and every hour gives no new truths. The Duragar and Bladelings came here for a reason, though, and I fear this is far from over. What's making the swamp more dangerous? As the farmers here are fond of reminding me, I'm new to this town, but in my years of living here, I've noticed that even a swamp has its seasons. And now it's entering a weary winter. Every morning I greet the dawn, and Lathander's blessings are becoming more distant. The swamp's danger is more than just lizardlings and bandits. Something else is stirring in its depths. You know anything more specific? It's the only thing Harbormen seem to want from me, answers. And being a priest isn't about answers, it's about keeping faith when the answers do not easily come. What do you know about my father? Your father, foster father, you mean? You're leaving this, and I've kept my own counsel on this for years, but you have asked. Dagon keeps to himself, and I think it's reprehensible how he treats you. I sense his soul was gravely wounded many years ago. It was like that healed slowly, if at all. I'm sorry you weren't raised in a home where you were treated more as a family rather than a painful reminder. I think we already had this conversation before. Sclery never cared for me. The feeling is mutual. Don't say that, yeah. We did talk about this earlier. Farewell. Okay. Let's see if Georg has anything else to say.
So, the great hero returns. Been watching out for danger, like I said? And what about that swamp elf? See it yet?
Swamp elf?
Ah, I see you have. Look at him. A little smaller than I expected, though. For a giant. Looks close enough, I suppose.
And I thought you were the only fool to be spawned from West Harbor. But here we are, not long in your village, and already this fellow proves me wrong.
Where'd you pick this one up?
That's funny. That's kind of a unique cutscene. And here's Retta. Sorry, but whoa, holy crap. Sorry, but we don't have any more information about Lorne yet. It's good to see you safe and sound, young Farlong. Have you heard anything about Lorne? I haven't found anything about him yet. If you hear anything about him, please send word. It would bring some measure of peace to know. Anything happened while I've been gone? You haven't heard then? Young Bevel was assaulted. I found him bleeding all over the ground at the edge of the village. I've already heard about the attack. It was awful. The boy won't talk about it. Acts as though nothing has happened. Does anyone know who attacked him? No. And Bevel won't say anything about it either. The boy's been through enough as it is. So no one's pressed him on the matter. When did the attack happen? It was a few weeks after you left the village. Thank the gods Brother Merring was around. I don't think Bevel would have survived otherwise. Alright, I'd rather talk about something else. And I think we already asked about these other things. And I think that's about it. Bevel's gone. Let's check the bag. And oh yeah, then we might talk to Tarmus. Bag has nothing in it, but it's still there. Weird.
Ah, I heard you came back, yes? I'm afraid my new apprentice is barely adequate. You probably are here for some sort of reason, I imagine.
Do you have anything I could buy from you?
Very well, but be quick about it.
And why won't your quest update? That's what I want to know. Yeah, these are all lower level spells. Quantum missiles, yeah, we could probably use that. Give that to Sand.
I think it is time everyone marched behind me, your new glorious leader.
What about over here? Fife of Blasting. Soundburst. Any good gems here? No rogue stones or king's tears, are there? No, just a crap load of recipes. Look at all those.
You have need of me?
Alright, off we go. I put all the scrolls that we had down here, at least as many as I could. Okay, we're done with the Dwarven Scouts. We're done with the Old Owl Well. We don't need to go to High Cliff or Fort Locke. Let's go back to the Sunken Flagon. And then we'll switch out some party members. Whoa, we instantly came here. That's interesting. We didn't even have to walk in here. Okay then. let's go out and take... Who would we want to take with us into the crypt? I'm guessing we want to take Nishka with us. And probably Eleni. Alright, let's accept this party and we'll go tackle that one quest. But we are getting kind of up there in time with the episode, so we'll just make our way to there. And then we'll handle that entire quest in the next episode. So
I am listening.
We'll have you bring your animal companion. I just left the Wiccan because the dinosaur will be unsummoned every time we swap her out of the party.
Yes.
Alright, let's go. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I gave Shandra a tower shield that Kelgar was holding on to. Alright, let's go to Blacklake. And then we'll make our way over to the Bryce crypt. We have 2 wizards in our party, so it shouldn't be too bad, you know, to handle all that undead. Plus, I'm going to be summoning some undead myself. And we're going to have 3 party members that are going to have greater stone skin on them. Alright. So if that's the case, then I probably want to get rid of stone skin in Janik's spell slots and probably a couple in Eleni's. Because we're going to have 1, 2, 3 with greater stone skin. And then we're going to have... These 2 are going to need stone skin. This one's going to need stone skin. And the undead that Janik is going to summon is going to need stone skin. So that's just going to be 4.
I am listening.
And you have 4 prepared. So Janik...
I will lead now. Follow.
You can get rid of that one in favor of something else. We probably want to get rid of this one too, since we're going to be facing undead. Let's do a missile storm and an ice storm. That should do it. And we have... This blasts out from me. I might want to change that out. Yeah, we'll put in Big B's instead.
I think it is time everyone march behind me, your new glorious leader.
Yeah, let's take this out and we'll put in Big B's hand over there.
Yes.
And we'll take out Disintegrate and we'll put in Create Undead. Sand will have his own Disintegrate. Actually, he could create Undead as well.
I think it is time everyone march behind me, your new glorious leader.
Yeah, then we'll have like 2 wraiths with us. So he'll keep his stone skin. Eleni will have 4, he'll have 1. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay.
I am listening.
And since we will rest, let's take off Awaken and we'll put in another level 5 spell. Something that'll help us with undead. Probably Inferno? Yeah, that's a single creature though. It's really not that great. I need Area of Effect. Alright, we'll go with Call Lightning. Alright, I think we're ready to go in.
You have need of me?
Let's rest up. And we'll head into the crypt and try to rescue Lisbet Bryce, Kyli's sister, from herself and her new Goth friends. Will we be able to do it and possibly rescue any of the other friends? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. And Tango Buendia.